The sky's gray, it's like this every day. The town is full of predator, don't turn a little prey. I flip $1 million out of nothing, make them feel a certain way. Hoping that the switch.
Fisk unit. Fisk unit. Fisk unit. What's good, y'all? Fisk Vegas, the hardest voice of sports. Go ahead, hit that like button and subscribe to the Fisk, while you at it. Y'all know what time it is. If you ain't with it, you best get with it. Now let's rock. Listen, hit that sub button. Hit the sub button, join this Fisk Unit army, and get Fisk Unit tough. We are on the road to 6K. 6K by week 1, you feel me? Also, my original Fisk Vegas channel is back. The NFL took my channel away for 90 days, but it's back. All my original Giants videos are there. I need to get back to 12,000 subscribers. I'm 200 away. So all of y'all listening to this video, if you have not subscribed to my original Fisk Vegas channel, please go do so now. Alright, all my OG Giants videos are there. I'm talking my Odell Beckham sniffing coke with models in Paris reaction, the Eli benching for Geno Smith reaction, the motherfucking Daniel Jones' Peyton Manning with legs video. All those classic Giants videos I did on my first YouTube channel are there. Do me a solid, go subscribe to the channel, man. Get me back to 200. I'm gonna be blessing y'all cash apps. If you go over there, you subscribe, and then you leave a comment, all you gotta do is say FU, hashtag Fisk Unit. You could be entered into the comment. I'm gonna get like 5 or 10 of y'all. I'm gonna bless y'all cash apps, okay? Get my channel back to 12K where it belongs. Alright, if you're a real Giants fan, you're gonna love it. There's 1,000 Giants videos over there. But anyway, let's get to Joe Schoen, okay? Let's talk about the boss, the Godfather himself. I'm impressed. You know what I'm saying? My new nickname for Joe Schoen is the Godfather. Alright, because he looks like Lucky Luciano. He looks just like Lucky Luciano. He literally could play Lucky Luciano in the biopic. He really could. Somebody call Martin Scorsese, get him on the phone. Let's get the Lucky Luciano, Maya Lansky, Bugsy Siegel. Let's go ahead and get that 3-hour movie starring Joe Schoen. You know what I'm saying? But all jokes aside, though, he's conducted himself like a pro. He has the Giants looking like a normal franchise. He has the Giants looking like a well-run franchise for the first time in God knows how long. You feel me? This is the first draft in years that we didn't get laughed at. I mean, this is the first draft in years we didn't get laughed at. Dave Gettleman has been a meme for about 4 years, man. They laughed at the Saquon pick. They rolled on the floor and laughed at the Daniel Jones pick. Andrew Thomas, they laughed at that. Kadarius Toney, they called us dumb for that. I mean, every year was something different with Dave Gettleman, bro. So it was good to have Joe Schoen doing things that make us look smart, doing things that make us look like a well-run organization, doing the right thing, not being contrarian like Dave Gettleman, trying to prove to everybody he's smarter than everybody and he invented football. Joe Schoen says, I'm taking Kayvon and I'm taking Evan Neal. If that was Dave Gettleman, the guy would have took like Kyle Hamilton and Charles Cross or some dumb shit. So shout out to Joe Schoen for that. Also, now that the Bradbury situation's over, the DJ option is over, the draft is over, free agency is over, I want to go through the moves he's made that have just, have been fantastic. So, he takes the job, and one of the first questions asked to Schoen, the Godfather, one of the first things that they asked him is, what are you going to do about the scouting department? And he was like, look, it's too late in the process to fire everybody just off the simple fact that the draft is a couple months away. He was going to work with the people he currently had in place. He was going to compare their big board to his big board, and he would grade them, accordingly over the next couple months, and he'll make decisions post-draft. But he did say that Merritt gave him the green light to do whatever he wanted to do. And the first thing he does after the draft is clap. He whacked them. All right, bye Chris Pettit. get lost. I mean, I know you've been on in New York for fucking 20 years, but bye. He gets rid of Chris Pettit. He gets rid of Kyle O'Brien. And now he brings his own fucking people in here. That's how you do it. When you take over, you get rid of the old regime, you bring in your own, and you consolidate power. It's now Joe Schoen's building. That's his scouting department. That's his coaching staff. It's his building. That's what you do. Okay? When Lucky Luciano, when he took out the two old school bosses of New York, he got rid of everybody. You know what I'm saying? When he got rid of Mazzarri and them dudes, he got rid of everybody. The only dude he let live was Joe Bonanno. He probably should have killed Joe Bonanno too, because that fucker wrote a book 30 years later that led to the RICO law. There would be no RICO case if Joe Bonanno didn't write that dumbass book outlining the structure of the mafia. So the only mistake Lucky Luciano made was not killing Joe Bonanno when he killed everybody else. The only mistake Joe Schoen has made is not giving Daniel Jones his 5th-year option. Which leads me to the next move that Joe Schoen decided to do, which was give Dexter Lawrence, who doesn't deserve a 5th-year option, he gives him a 5th-year option, but he doesn't give Daniel Jones, the best player on our team, a 5th-year option. Nobody's perfect. Not mad at Joe Schoen anymore over it. He made a mistake. He'll pay dearly for that mistake next year, but shit happens. He should have gave Daniel Jones the 5th-year option so he can make Daniel Jones play great for 2 years instead of 1. So now what's going to happen next year, after Daniel Jones, sets the league on fire and does Daniel Jones shit, he's going to have to give him a bag. And even if he doesn't give him a bag, he's going to be 30-something million against the cap, which is not a good look. That's going to hinder us from getting bigger free agents and things of that nature. He made a mistake. Things happen, but the truth of the matter is, I'm not going to be too mad at him because he got Daniel Jones all the weapons and a good coaching staff. He's doing everything he can to make sure Daniel Jones succeeds. So although he didn't give him the 5th-year option, at least he's putting Daniel Jones in a position to succeed. So I'm not going to be too mad at him about that. One of the other things he did was he got rid of bad contracts. You feel me? Logan Ryan, get up out of here. You're a Joe Judge loyalist. He whacked Logan Ryan. He whacked Kyle Rudolph. You feel me? He came to Sterling Shepard. He came to Blake Martinez. It says, take a pay cut. You getting whacked too. You got to respect that, because I thought he was going to get rid of Shepard, which he probably should have. And I thought he was going to get rid of Blake Martinez. But he came to Blake Martinez. He came to Sterling Shepard. He says, take a pay cut. We'll figure it out. That's what they did. I respect Joe Schoen for that. As far as James Bradberry goes, originally I was disappointed that he couldn't get a deal done for James Bradberry. But rumors have came out that Bradberry was being fucking difficult. You feel me? He was being complicated. Bradberry just nixed a whole bunch of trades because he couldn't agree on a contract extension with the teams that Joe Schoen wanted to trade him to. So I'm not going to dock Joe Schoen for that. Joe Schoen had a couple trades in place, but Bradberry was being fucking difficult. You feel me? I didn't know that when I did my Bradberry release reaction, because I would have aired him out for that. I didn't know that. So Bradberry basically got in the way of Joe Schoen getting compensation back for him. Can't knock Joe Schoen for that. You feel me? Also, Joe Schoen is not a dummy. He understands our wide receivers are about as fragile as a cup of glass. So, he goes and gets Wan'Dale Robinson, who had 100-something catches in the SEC last year, to be our slot guy to help out Kadarius Toney, help out Kenny Galladay. Sterling Shepard won't be back till at least October. He went and got a receiver. He also drafted 3 offensive linemen in the draft. He got a safety. He got a linebacker. He went and got a tight end that can block. I mean, this kid blocks like Rob Gronkowski, for crying out loud. So he's done a lot of good. He also went out and got 2 tight ends in free agency. So he's fixing the holes on the team as they need to be fixed. Everything he's done since taking over this job has been great. Brian Dable is a breath of fresh air in the building. You go from Joe Judge, who is a paramilitary organizational leader who had everybody walking on eggshells, to Brian Dable, who's cracking jokes and laughing every other 5 minutes, and I love it. We go from Dave Gettleman looking like a fucking Easter egg walking around training camp to freaking Joe Schoen throwing footballs at the rookie mini camp. It's a whole nother vibe, and it's a good vibe. And I appreciate it. I also like the fact that in free agency, he went out and got Mark Gowinski to help out with the offensive line. Then he get Evan Neal, and now all of a sudden this offensive line looks stout. So everything Joe Schoen, in my humble opinion, with the exception of the Daniel Jones 5th-year option, everything he done, in my opinion, has been flawless. Everything he's done, in my opinion, has been flawless. I'm happy he's my GM. I'm happy he's stocked the scouting department with his people. You feel me? Get those old school giant motherfuckers who've been here for years collecting checks, stealing John Mara money. Get them the fuck up out of here, bro. Launch them. Thank you, Joe Schoen. Like, for real, man. So, I'm impressed. I think we're going to have a good year. He'll regret that 5th-year option. He's going to regret not giving DJ that 5th-year option. But other than that, I can't complain with the thing Joe Schoen has done. Everything Joe Schoen has done has been great. You know, we got Wink Martindale. We got Kafka from Kansas City. I think we're going to be good. I think we're going to be good. Brand new scouting department. It just feels good, man. It feels good. But anyway, that's my Godfather Shane video. Recapping the offseason thus far. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Like I said, there's over 1,000 Giants videos on my original Fist Vegas channel. Go subscribe to that shit. I'm hitting some of y'all cash apps, man. I'm not playing. Y'all know I'm good for it. Yeah, remember the Bulletproof Giants giveaways. You know I'm good for it. But anyway, that's it. That's all. Subscribe to the unit if you rocking with me. My name is Fist Vegas, and I approve this message.